so conservatives, Republicans, right-wing media, they are all freaking out right now because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, said something on Twitter and she was 100% right when she said it. Basically, AOC put out a one-line tweet yesterday saying that if you want to actually save lives and help people surrounding COVID in this crisis the whole world is going through, but the United States more than many developed nations, you need to do one simple thing, which is pay people to stay home. You basically need to marshal societal resources and pay people to stay home. Make it so that they don't have to choose between their basic necessities and getting an awful illness. Allow working people, especially those in non-essential, industries and workplaces, to stay home without punishing them economically. If you do that, you will save lives and over the medium and long term, likely have a healthier economy at the same time. And AOC knew exactly what was going to come at her when she said this. She basically anticipated it by, noting the Republican hypocrisy, how Republicans and conservatives, and she doesn't say it here, but she also really means certain right-wing corporate Democrats, always love to give money to Wall Street and to big business and to the 1% and 0.1% and 0.1 or 0.01%. They always love doing that, and they often never ask questions. But when it comes to giving anything to the poor or working class or even middle class, they start to freak out about cost and about, the work ethic of the population and what have you. And it's unacceptable, and it's rank hypocrisy, because during the first stimulus bill, some money went to working class people, and that was good, and that was essential, and that saved lives. But $4 trillion unaccountable dollars went to capital in a slush fund, basically. And Republicans had no issue with that, but they complained till the cows came home about a few working people getting slightly more money than they normally would during this stay-home period than they would working their poorly paid, often, dangerous jobs, boring, degrading, dangerous jobs that they have. And that was the biggest travesty, that a working class person might get a few bucks more a week than they normally do. And so Republicans showed their hand already. But Nikki Haley, former governor, South Carolina governor, basically came out and said, AOC wants to just throw the whole piggy bank here. And she was trying to score some points because she wants to run for president in 2024. She's definitely going to at least attempt a run. And she tried to go at AOC saying the following: AOC, are you suggesting you want to pay people to stay home from the money you take by defunding the police? Or is that for the student debts you wanted to pay off, the Green New Deal, or Medicare for All? Hashtag where is the money? And so basically what she's trying to say is unreasonable AOC wants to just spend, and she's got her head in the clouds, and fundamentally the real responsible politicians know we can't do that, and so it's unreasonable to save lives by asking people to stay home. That's the Nikki Haley position. But as AOC notes, back during the original stimulus, the money was given out to people. Enhanced unemployment insurance and a one-time $1,200 stimulus, which was given to most Americans. Not every single person got it, but a pretty broadly universal $1,200 one-time stimulus. And so what AOC notes here is crucial. She says, Nikki, I'm suggesting Republicans find the spine to stand up to their corporate donors and vote for the same measures they did in March, except without the Wall Street bailout this time. And I know you're confused about actual governance, but police budgets are municipal, not federal. So a little bit of spice there, always nice to see, but the core point is bang on. What AOC wants is a pretty simple bill. Pretty simple and straightforward. No Wall Street bailout, no complexities, money for working and middle class people and poor people to stay home. That's it. Whether it's a combination of increased unemployment insurance and benefits again, or whether it's a direct stimulus payment to people in a, one-time check or a monthly check or a weekly check or whatever, they deserve support to stay home. Republicans won't support that unless they can tack on some other benefit for capitalists, for the 1% and the 0.1% and the billionaires and the multimillionaires. That's the travesty here. Remember, Mitch McConnell, before the election, announced that he had a stimulus package that he thought, Pelosi and Trump should sign, and it did not include one single penny of direct stimulus to the American people. It was all about corporate giveaways. All of it. All about protecting corporations from liability and from giving them money that hypothetically maybe sort of could have helped them keep workers on or hire more workers or do more business, but really was just going to go into shareholder pockets and the luxury cars and homes of these businesses owners. That's what it was about. 100%. 100%. AOC is right, and she has the Republicans here basically over a barrel because they have shown a willingness to give money out by the trillions, but they've shown a real reticence to give money by the trillions or even billions or millions to actual regular people. And that money will have real economic value, including for businesses. Because even in the best of times, when you gave $1,200 to a regular working or middle class or poor person, most of those people can't save that money. They're not going to put that money in the stock market. They're not going to put that money in a high interest savings account and just have it sit there. They are mostly going to immediately go buy the things they need: food, their utilities, pay their rent, get their car fixed. All these little things that everyone has to do that have immediate positive economic effects in their local economy. Maybe even if they're shopping at big box stores, it's keeping those stores open, those workers employed, those economic systems running, and especially if they're shopping at local businesses, if they're shopping, in their community, they're keeping people employed. That money is vital. AOC gets that. Republicans either don't get that or they don't care. And so this shows yet again that AOC is already a leader amongst the left. And what's great about her is that, yeah, she's going to take on the Democrats. Yeah, she's going to fight, people like Steny Hoyer, who himself often argued Republican talking points by saying, we don't want to give poor people and working class people too much money during this crisis because they'll get lazy. AOC is going to call them out. But what AOC has really done that a lot of Democrats haven't is given good, strong left-wing attacks directly at Republicans. And this is going to be crucial because you do not defeat Republicans with neoliberal timidity. We saw that. You don't defeat Republicans with BS campaigns. Every single Democrat that lost their seat to a Republican in the House this time around, every single one basically ran on a neoliberal do-nothing platform. The ones in those swing districts that did win, many of them were progressives. They had bold policies like Katie Porter, who ran on Medicare for All in a district that is historically Republican. That's the path forward. You fight Republicans. You do not seek to hold hands with the party that's trying to steal the election right now. You fight them. AOC gets that. She's the only one willing right now among the big names to actually fight Republicans on their own turf.